Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I just want you to take half an hour for yourself, just to breathe in the moment, to calm down in order to speed up. So often we find ourselves running. And what are we running from, or what are we running towards? Why are we running? We want to fill ourselves up, and then we can do more with less energy. Viktor Frankl said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response and in our response lies our growth and our freedom. How often do you find yourself overreacting? Someone you love presses your buttons and you react without even thinking. It's an automatic response. We can train our brains, we can train our bodies, we can train our minds to respond instead of reacting, to respond with love and gentleness and kindness, rather than overreacting and then getting upset that somebody pushed our buttons and we acted out the way we said we weren't gonna. It takes practice. It takes filling yourself up with peace and calm and joy and happiness, all the things that a person really wants in their life. When I talk about visualizing goals and bringing into your life something that you really, really want, a lot of times people will start out saying, oh, I really want to be a millionaire. I really want a new house. I really want to go on a trip around the world. Well, what I realized, and what people come to realize, is that they think that they want the big house or the new job or a different partner in life because they believe in having something else that's going to bring them happiness and peace and joy. Everything starts from within. Having peace, love, joy, happiness, feeling abundantly blessed, feeling wealthy in all areas of your life starts with creating it in your mind and in your heart. You have to become that person. You have to become the person that has the goal. And that means practicing being in that state of being. In Bob Proctor's book, It's Not About the Money, he has a chapter called Speed Up and Calm Down. And he says, how often have you felt harassed and traumatized by the pace of life? So much has been written about stress and burnout. And when he wrote this book, he said thousands suffer from it every year. Well, I'm looking at how the world has changed since the pandemic, and I'm thinking millions of people are talking about stress and burnout and disharmony and anxiety. Everywhere I turn, I'm hearing the children have anxiety. Well, that's not the way life is supposed to be. Children are supposed to feel loved and happy and free and joyful and playing. And actually, as adults, we can feel that too. We assume people are tired and worn out because they're going too fast. That's the easy thing to do, but I've discovered that slowing down and directing my energies with focus allows me to move calmly and with confidence. And I get much more accomplished than when I was trying to juggle everything and worry and stress and trying to go faster and harder. When you remove worry and uncertainty from your life, you can calmly and swiftly evaluate the steps that will move you toward your goals. Your goals could be becoming wealthy, but most of the time, people say they just want to be happy, healthy, and have enough money to do what they want when they want. That's time and money freedom. But what does time and money freedom look like for you? For some people, it means billions of dollars and changing the course of the lives of millions of people. For some people, it means creating generational wealth, especially if they came from poverty. They want to break the cycle. Millions of people long for peace in their lives because they live in absolute chaos. Maybe their relationships are volatile. Maybe they feel like their jobs are oppressive or they hate their bosses. Their finances are on the verge of collapse. Well, I want to tell you the truth. If you're living in chaos right now, this is going to sound insulting, but Bob Proctor told me, and I'm telling you, it's because you have chosen to do so. That might be hard to accept, but if you have any doubts, a quick evaluation will reveal the truth of this. Take a look at the people that you spend time with. Family, friends, or coworkers. How many of them make big demands on your time? How many of them return the favor and how many take advantage? Learn the difference and distance yourself from those who deplete your time and energy to protect your own well-being. Sometimes this distance only needs to be temporary to be effective, but you cannot change your old way of thinking with old paradigms surrounding you. What is a paradigm? It's a multitude of thoughts, habits, behaviors. Going on a week-long vacation can be very effective in changing a state of mind, but once you return to your normal life, it will be crystal clear which people in your life are generating the negative energy you need to avoid. I remember Bob Proctor saying, yes, you love your family and you don't want to divorce them, especially your parents, but what if they're the ones depleting your energy? What if they're the ones making you feel bad about yourself? That means maybe choosing to spend a little less time with them, going to see them less often, or not staying as long. If you dread your job each and every day, why do you stay? Have you ever tried to earn some sort of passive income and rescue yourself? Or do you just accept it as your lot in life? Maybe you've read books about creating wealth, but if you really tried anything that these books have suggested, I come to believe that self-help books, Bob Proctor used to call them shelf help, because most people leave them on the shelf to gather dust. You know, he read the book Think and Grow Rich, parts of it, every single day for over 60 years. He picked it up in 1960, or someone gave it to him in 1961. And when he died in 2022, at the age of 87, he was still reading from that book. He read sometimes one sentence at a time for weeks, or he would read one chapter for 30 days, every single day for 30 days. Some of these chapters took 40 minutes to read, but every single day he filled himself up, trying to get into the spirit of what Napoleon Hill was talking about. And Napoleon Hill had interviewed 500 of the world's wealthiest people. And yet he doesn't really mention money in the book. And Bob Proctor says it's not about the money. It's about filling yourself up with thoughts of abundance and prosperity, creating wealth, not just for yourself, but for the world. Finances are the main source of chaos in most people's lives, but they keep doing the things that create even more chaos because they have a mindset of lack. They focus all their energies on what they don't have. So if you've heard of the law of attraction or the movie The Secret, Bob Proctor was in the movie The Secret, and he said they left the secret, left out the secret. Because what people focus on is what grows in their life. If you focus all of your energies on debt, if you focus all of your mind on trying to get out of debt, if you focus your energy on, I hate my job, I want a different job, my boss is terrible, I want different coworkers, you feel bad and you start to attract more of what you're giving your energy to, more of the same. And people end up engaging in behaviors that escalate their debt and devalue their time. The reason Bob Proctor called self-help books shelf help is because people read them and they gather the knowledge, but they don't put that knowledge to work. They don't act differently. They don't change their actions because their actions come from a deep subconscious belief. We have to take responsibility for our situation. A lot of people complain that life is unfair. But do you see, people make choices and actually create and experience more chaos. So you can choose chaos or you can choose peace. Some people are so addicted to the drama in their lives. When they calm down and when they sit peacefully, they feel like something is wrong. They feel like, uh-oh, things are going too good. The other shoe is going to drop. If things are really, really good, that means a disaster is about to happen. You can choose peace, and it comes with taking on responsibility. When you prioritize your activities and start to reduce or eliminate some unimportant tasks, that gives you time and energy to focus on a path that will lead you to your goals. It's really hard to avoid getting sucked in by urgent little tasks. I know I face them constantly in my day and they won't go away. It takes practice saying no to some of the unimportant things, or at the very least, put them off so you don't get distracted from what's unimportant. You know, it can take people a very long time to just sit still for 5 minutes, to practice being intentional, to practice thinking about what it is that you really want. A lot of people think that meditating or praying or sitting calmly and focusing on the big picture, a vision of what you truly desire, that's a waste of time and you should be doing something. Well, we're not human doings, we're human beings. And yes, we have to do things in order to create something different in our life. But notice when you just keep doing, the same actions create the same results. Didn't Albert Einstein say that's the definition of insanity? It's a paradigm that most people have accepted, but it's completely backwards. A great deal has been written on the subject of multitasking, the ability to do many things at once. And some people suggest that this is a way to be more efficient. But this is one of the great fallacies of our era. It's a big lie. If you split your focus, you can't do any of the tasks very well. And this split focus can actually be dangerous. Think of driving and talking on your cell phone and trying to read a map. You won't know where you're going and you won't have much of a conversation, and you might end up in an accident. Think of this as a metaphor for the new path that you're trying to create. There's chatter in your ear. You don't really know where you're going, but you're going there nevertheless. How many times have you driven the same route to a job? Maybe you've been drinking coffee, talking on your cell phone. Maybe you're putting on lipstick or talking to passengers, and you're merging into traffic, and you get to your destination. You don't even remember how you got to work. We think that cramming in more actions gets us better results, but like most paradigms that have been accepted by the masses of people, this is completely backwards. The wealthiest people hire someone to drive them where they need to go so they can concentrate on something important and use their time more effectively without creating risks in their lives. They understand the power of focusing completely in order to have the best outcome. If we're using our time very effectively through focusing on a goal that we want to create, it doesn't mean we should just go, go, go. Your mind needs to rest so you can find a balance, alternating between action, evaluation, and rest. Often when we go as fast as we can, it's just a mask for fear. We think if we can cram in as much as we can, if we can cram in as much into every minute, then surely we'll succeed. But if you slow down and really look at what you're accomplishing, you'll see that you're doing everything except what's really important. You cannot achieve great results through sheer volume of activity. So much of this activity is wasted. Mahatma Gandhi said there is more to life than increasing its speed. I know a lot of times I feel like I'm trying to cram so much in and I get exhausted, and I realize it's the end of the day and I didn't do the most important things. And I'm exhausted, and did I create change? Did I create calmness and peace? Did I create wealth or deep friendships or a loving relationship, or to just do a million tasks. We may think there are tiny things that we're running around frantically trying to accomplish. They don't take much time or effort, but we waste so much energy separating and prioritizing our tasks. I want you to think about, what do you really, really, really want? Do you know that if what you really want is calmness and peace and joy and love, self-acceptance is really important. We have a self-image, a personal view that we have of ourselves. If it's negative, it hampers your attempt to change. Your self-image allows you to create labels that describe who you are and what you can do. These labels might include things like smart, wealthy, creative, but they also might include things like stupid, fat, worthless. These labels form an overall view of the balance of our good and bad qualities, and our self-image is a learned assumption of who we are. Parents and teachers often make the first and greatest contribution to our overall self-image. Well, a person cannot attract love and joy and wealth if they're calling themselves stupid, fat, lazy. So as you change the energy, change what you think of yourself, what you think of what you can create, what you think of what you're worthy of receiving, that really takes some practice. Practice visioneering, and that's creating a picture of something that you want in your mind and holding it there with your will to attract everything you need to fulfill the picture. It is taking spirit or the non-physical, creating something in your conscious mind, in your imagination, something that you would really love, taking the non-physical and making it physical. For centuries, visionaries have used this process to turn their big ideas and dreams into a reality. If you're seeing my slides, I love this picture because Van Gogh painted this picture, but he said, "I dream my painting and then I paint my dream." If you can create a picture of what you want in your imagination and fall in love with the picture, hold it there, practice pretending that you've already accomplished it. That's what athletes do. That's what everyone does. Imagine that you're going on a trip. You choose a destination. You're going to spend a month in Hawaii or Bora Bora. You're going to Thailand. You're going to on an Alaskan cruise. You're going to see something that you really, really would love. You see it in your mind. Maybe you start researching it. You look at pictures. Sometimes you get distracted at work and you're daydreaming. You can be daydreaming about a beautiful trip, or you can be worried about what's going on at home. You know, we use our imagination against us sometimes. But when you really decide that you want to change something in your life, it takes calming down in order to speed up. It takes relaxing and learning how to visioneer so that you can consciously create your heart's desire. Go into a room where you will not be disturbed and sit comfortably. Meditate for a few moments on the idea that there is a law that governs visualization, and you can use that law to consciously create your desires. Inhale a deep breath. And let that go. Practicing taking 3 deep breaths, that signals to your body that it's safe. You can calm down, you can relax. You might inhale a deep breath and imagine a large circle of light around you. Exhale and mentally spray your body with the imaginary light. You could practice, if you're a spiritual person, believing that that's an aura. We all have energy radiating out from us. And when we're calm and peaceful and feeling love, we actually create a magnetized energy field around us that attracts to us everything that we're in harmony with. We can attract more things that we love, more peace, more joy, more people, more resources that will help us in going after a big, beautiful goal. You might inhale a deep breath and picture a funnel of lavender energy flowing into the crown of your head and filling yourself up with divine love, filling yourself up with so much love and peace and joy that it starts to radiate out from you. Create a picture in your mind of your heart's desire. Some people are able to see images in their mind in color with details. Whatever it is that's in your heart's desire, dwell on that mental picture without putting strenuous effort on your thoughts. Use your will to hold the picture on the screen of your mind. If your mind starts to wander, bring it back to living in your desire, maintaining a cheerful frame of mind. See and feel yourself in the image as if it's happening right now. See and actually feel how happy, how healthy, how wealthy you look. Every physical reality starts out as an idea. Paint a picture in your mind. Go over your picture again and again until you feel the full reality of it. The more you can image the entire package, the better it's going to be. Just practice visualizing for 5 minutes or as long as you can. And when you're finished, capture the image in words. Write down what you saw, write it out just as you've experienced it with the feeling of gratitude. The best there is yours. I like to do this every morning. You can also do it before you go to bed, writing out what you are truly grateful for. Like energy attracts like energy. If you are practicing feeling healthy, happy, wealthy, you will start to attract that. What you focus on grows. I like to write out, I am so happy and grateful now that, and whatever it is that you really want to accomplish, maybe it's 5 years from now or someday, write it out as if it's happening now. I am so happy and grateful now that. And then let yourself imagine what it would be really like to be there. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7.